Hello everyone, photographer Andredesignz here with a new YouTube video, and today we'll be talking about my new camera, the Sony a7III. Finally. So as you guys know, I think I've said it before in my previous video when I revealed my Z6 that I always wanted a mirrorless camera, and I always wanted to get the Sony camera actually. But Nikon came out with the Z6, so I got that camera because it's light and it doesn't have a mirror in there, so mirrorless all the way. I haven't shot with this camera yet because I've been so busy, and last week, well, a couple of weeks ago, I wanted to shoot with the camera, but I wanted to shoot strobe. But what happened, I noticed that the trigger that I have for my flash point does not work with this camera because the trigger is a Nikon trigger and this is a Sony camera. So if I'm going to shoot strobe, I'll definitely have to get a Sony trigger for this camera. So that's the reason, for not shooting with it with strobe. Last week or a couple weeks ago, I believe, I had a shoot. But this camera is awesome. It's small, it's really light. It is actually smaller than the Z6. When I hold the Z6, for example, you see, I don't have a full grip, but with the Z6 I can actually hold it like this, and but for this camera it's pretty small. The screen is pretty small as well, but I like it. I mean, it's Sony. It's Sony. I'm going to be shooting with this Sony camera pretty soon. I'm going to shoot natural light because, I don't have a flash for it. I don't have the adapter for the strobe. And, I have a 28 to 75 millimeter Tamron lens right here. This is the lens, and this is a 2.8 lens, and it's great actually. I did some test shots, around the house with it, and it's really good. I like it. For video, it's awesome. The autofocus in this camera is beautiful. The autofocus, I tried to use the autofocus with the Z6, but for some reason it doesn't work like how this one does. And for video, I will be using this camera for video. I'm sure of that. So even my YouTube videos like this one, I'll be using this camera because it has autofocus. For some reason, I can't get the autofocus on that camera. I don't know. With this camera, once I put it down and I stand in front of it, autofocus is just working. This camera, I love it. I love it so much. I've been seeing videos on YouTube on, people who have Sony cameras are saying that the menu is confusing and it's too much. Honestly, the menu is easy. I mean, once you go on a particular page, you see everything on that menu. You don't have to scroll down like a Nikon camera. It's just right in the center, right there, everything. So you just go over to page 2, page 3, page 4. Yeah, like I honestly don't have much to say about this camera until, I actually use it. But based on reviews and stuff like that, I mean, this camera is awesome, and I'll be doing a lot of video with this camera because that's one of the main reasons why I got it. Even though I do photography more than anything else right now, but I want to do some cool videos and stuff like that, and the autofocus in this is beautiful. So I'm definitely going to be doing some shots with this camera, and I'm so excited. I'm going to get a grip for it as well because I want to be able to hold it properly. It won't be that heavy, so I'm definitely going to get a grip for it. I only have one battery for it right now. I don't really have cards for it either. I have some cards, but the cards are not that fast for it, so I'm gonna get some more cards for it. Cards are like for $80 and stuff like that. I mean, it's expensive, but the Z6 cards are more expensive, so yeah. But I'm gonna get some cards for this and more batteries, so because I only have one battery, as I said before, so yeah. So I just want to tell you guys about my new camera, and ensure that you check out my retouch videos, my previous videos. You need to check them out. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.